Hi everyone. In this video I wanted to talk about something quite, not really unusual, but I wanted to talk about a film series that I've been watching recently. I've got hooked on, and I've seen most of the movies of that series, but I just wanted to elaborate on why I think it's quite, it's got like a powerful message behind it. I did a video recently about movies and everything, that hidden messages behind them, and this one I wanted to talk about a horror franchise, and that franchise is the Saw franchise. Because I've watched a few of them. I watched Spiral last night on Netflix. Spiral, the book from the Book of Saw, with Chris Rock in it, and obviously the comedian. But it was a really good movie, and it was about this copycat guy who was trying to like set all these traps and everything, and he's trying to kind of mess with a corrupt sort of police department or whatever. And in the end, he doesn't get caught, it seems. And I just think it's incredible. I think the Saw movies. I just want to talk about the Saw franchise. I think the protagonist in it, John Kramer. I think, a lot of the time he sets these traps, he says it's because people are so ungrateful to be alive. People don't appreciate life. I think one of the key things with this John Kramer is that he has cancer. He suffers from, was it colon cancer or something? And one of the main things is his doctor or something messes up his X-rays. So someone in one of the movies, I think it might be in Jigsaw. I think it might actually be in the 2017 movie. Either him or I don't think it's Dr. Lawrence Gordon. I think it's the other guy. But somehow he messes up his X-rays, so the cancer spreads, and obviously it becomes terminal for him. But I think that's the thing. He's trying to get all these Saw, not the Saw victims, but with the Saw traps. He's trying to, that's why he takes a piece, like they call him Jigsaw, because he takes a piece of sort of their skin out, because he says a piece of them is missing. And if we get the Saw traps, he's trying to rehabilitate them and give them back the missing piece or something. Because like I said, I think he says, like I said, people are so ungrateful to be alive. People don't appreciate life. But it's only when you get put in that moment, in that sort of psychiatric kind of stress moment, when you realise that, oh my God, I've got to do this, otherwise it's going to happen, or this is going to happen, or I'm not going to be, survive or whatever. Like a survival instinct. Perhaps it's that human Darwinism effect in action, just like happens in the Jack Reacher books. A lot of the time, Lee Child mentions about Darwinism and the Darwinism of effect in action, evolutionary effect. Evolutionary. We're kind of human beings, laws like motion. We're made to run, aren't we? We're born to run. We're not born to sit down or anything. But I think it's that Darwinism and effect in action. The human instincts of survival, and the fact that it makes us appreciate our life that much more. I think for in these Saw traps, we realise, oh my God, we've got to get out. Like I said, you could argue that John Kramer, he allows them. He always gives them an option. It's your choice. He always gives them an option whether to live or not. Obviously, sometimes it might be no fingers, or it might be a part of you. A lot of it requires you to lose a part of yourself to maybe to survive. But I think I think the message behind it, I think they're incredible. I think it's unlike any other horror franchise. I think they're incredible movies, and I think Saw X is coming out next year, which will be Saw 10. And I just think they're absolutely incredible movies, and they really put your mind to be in that position. I think people should appreciate life more. Life is so precious. People should appreciate simple things, like I said, having a shower in the evening. It's simply living in Swindon now. Swindon has every English supermarket, has about 20 odd supermarkets, or has 6 McDonald's. Has obviously if they do vegan versions, then it has a Burger King, it has about 4 KFC. I don't know how many counted, but it has a lot of, you can just go down and get some food and everything. It's very easy, especially in a big town which has links to the M4, 10 dual carriageways, easy access if you want to get here, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, people should appreciate the little things. People should appreciate how easy it is for them to get food, for them to have a shower in the evening, for them to have a bed to sleep in. Because in third world countries, look at what's happening in Ukraine at the moment. I think this is what I think the appreciation should be. What John Kramer's trying to do with these Saw movies and the Saw traps, he's trying to make them appreciate life, because obviously he's been given his cancer diagnosis of, he's got colon cancer, he's obviously terminal. I think he mentions it in Saw 2 to Donnie Wahlberg. He says, he mentions this to him, and he says, once you realise, you see life differently. Once you realise you've only got a certain amount of time, you realise you appreciate the little things so much, and you see the world differently. So I think this is what the Saw movies are trying to say. They kind of say, look at your life differently, because a lot of them is because they lied or something, or it's because they were corrupt, or it's because they did something wrong, and he's trying to rehabilitate them with the Saw traps. But I think it's fascinating. Like a lot of them, you can say, but I just think I think the whole franchise is absolutely incredible. It's unlike any other. I mean, you could claim it's just torture or whatever, but I think it's absolutely an incredible franchise. I think it's bar none. I think if you watch the Saw movies, yeah, they are a bit gruesome, yeah, but I still think they're like any other. And a lot of the times with the saw traps look incredibly realistic. It's unbelievable. You know, it's just wow. And I would highly recommend watching them. Like I said, you could argue, you would say it's, you know, it's torture, I'm not watching that, but I think they're unlike any other franchise. I think it's that the movies really put you in that situation of like a life or death situation, like a survival instinct, like a human survival instinct. And I think people should really watch them and appreciate what's on offer there, and appreciate your life. I think watching the Saw movies and watching other people in that danger, what could be, it makes you appreciate your life more. It makes you think, oh my God, thank God I'm healthy. Thank God I haven't got, you know, terminal illness. Thank God that this isn't happening to me. Thank God I'm not in this situation. Thank God I'm alive, I'm breathing. Thank God I'm healthy. Thank God that, you know, it really makes you appreciate the little things. So I you know, hope people watch them and realise how amazing their life is and how lucky you've got it, because it can't be elaborate enough. Just look what's happening in Ukraine. Look what's happening across the world in third world countries. You know, in certain parts of India, when poor women are getting forced into marriage, which is absolutely despicable. You can't, you know, it's awful. You can't, you know, force women into marriage. I mean, that's so nasty. That's, you know, that's terrible. You can't be doing that. And you know, just Hamden, that movie I watched recently, 50, you know, The Woman King, where slavery used to be around in the 1800s. Look how bad that was, and it got abolished, thank God. But yeah, you know, it's just unbelievable. We've got to appreciate our lives and appreciate how lucky we've got it in England. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Appreciate your life and don't take anything for granted and live while you're young. 26 years old. I'm trying to live the best I can. Healthy, healthy vegan food, no cholesterol in my diet. I exercise. I don't drink alcohol. I drink as much water and smoothies as I can. I don't smoke or vape, obviously. I'm not, you know, but yeah, try and live a healthy lifestyle.